y'all, it's Hope at Crafty Hope, and welcome. I am working in this little junk journal as part of Nina Fickett's Clean Slate journal that she's doing. Now, it's just a monthly challenge in which you take a junk journal and play. Really, there's no prompts, no pressure. I think I said this in last month's video too. I'll put a link to that, and below I will have a link to Nina's channel so you can find her and find out more information about this challenge. But like I said, it's just playing in a junk journal for fun. I've got this junk journal that I created for one of my prompt projects for the hashtag Crafty Hope prompts a few months ago, I think. I'll put also a link to that journal, how I made it. And when I revealed it, Nina suggested I participate in her challenge with this journal. So that's what I'm doing. So as you can see, I've got a couple of pages in here. I think they're both pages from some old books that I had laying around that I threw in this junk journal. The one on the right specifically bothered me because it was kind of slick. And so as I like to do, I am just going in with some collage using stuff from my little collage bucket and some acrylic matte medium. I'm, as you can see, squirting it onto the pages and then spreading it with a silicone spatula type thing. It's actually from the cosmetic section of the Dollar Tree. So super simple little material that you can use, though I did in one of my videos here recently actually use a paintbrush to spread that matte medium instead of that spatula, and it worked almost better. So if you're going to try this, do what works for you. And look, there I switched over to using my glue stick, my Oohoo glue stick for some reason. I think I was getting frustrated or something. I don't know. So once I got some collage down and most of that page covered, I am going to push back some of that collage just to kind of make it blend together by putting down a little bit of Liquitex Basics Gesso and brayering it out. I absolutely love the texture that you get when you brayer gesso on a page. This is something I've seen from Iris Impressions, Iris Fritchie Cousins. I'm not positive I'm saying Iris's name right, but she does a lot of brayering, and I always love the texture I see in her pages. And yeah. So since I had that pop of yellow right there in the middle of the page, I decided to just go straight in with some yellow ochre. I'm not big on yellow in junk journals or in journals in general, but I love a good yellow ochre. So I'm putting it on kind of dark at the edges and then watering it down as I move kind of around and across that page, working toward that bit of yellow in the center to kind of just blend it in there. And you can see I'm leaving that touch of blue for the most part. There's a couple little touches of blue that were on some of those papers I collaged in. And I was trying not to color the whole journal pages, the whole spread. And I'm going to stop and look at this for a minute and then go ahead and dry it to seal that in there. And then I've got, this is a re-inker of Distress Oxide. Oh, I can't remember. It's something patina is what it is. And I haven't played with it a whole lot. And I thought, well, that would be perfect for that little bit of blue we're seeing in there. So I just, what did I do? Squirt it, dot it, spritz it, I don't know, all over there, and use my distress sprayer to kind of activate that and move it around. And then I've got my paintbrush to just kind of help it go around. The wateriness of this kind of helps pick up some of that texture that we got with the gesso. And you saw I did a little bit of splattering too before I dried that as well. Now this is some instant coffee that has dried up in a cup, and y'all, I think somebody here recently asked me about how I work with the instant coffee, and y'all, I just put a little bit in that little cup and add some water to, if it's too weak, I add more coffee. If it's too strong, I add more water. It's nothing special. So I activated it, used a fan brush to do some splatters, and now I'm getting some more of that to just kind of paint it around. I have found that instant coffee, for some reason, does an amazing job of picking up texture. So yeah, This was all about play. You can see how yummy well, I've got it covered up now, but that dried beautifully. And I'm dipping into my little pencil case that's got lots of what I consider focal images. There's a picture of the girl I just used in my card for this week for the Crafty Hope prompts. And so, yeah, I made this journal page a couple weeks ago before I had used her. And yeah, so I'll put a link to that journal card if you missed it on Monday. But was it on Monday? Yeah, I think it was Monday, y'all. My days. So I'm flipping through, trying out a bunch of different things to figure out what works. And I hit on that girl in that picture, and I was like, yep, I love her. So I pulled her out, and I happened in my stash of collage papers, there was that eco-dyed print with some watercolored flowers that I thought, ooh, well, that kind of goes with the page too. It's got the exact same colors on it. I need to bring those in as well somehow. So with that picture, I thought it was a little large for the page, so I tore off one edge that had just a bunch of white on it, and now I'm going to fussy cut these flowers. So I'm prepping these two pieces as kind of my focal images. I wanted to integrate both of them in here, so a focal doesn't have to be one thing. In fact, I've got like 3 different things when I end up with this page that are going to work as focals. But I'm going to integrate this flower and this girl standing by the car together. Now, when I fussy cut, y'all, it's not super exact. It is, I always leave a little bit of an edge. I like that you can see the edges of a lot of it so that, I don't know, it's something about it separates it from the page that you're putting it on. And yeah, I almost immediately knew I was gonna put those up in that upper left, but I'm gonna move things around and just kind of see how it works. But isn't it amazing that those flowers are almost the exact same color as this page? It was so like serendipitous. All right, so since I was going to use that black and white image, I knew there wasn't near enough black on the page, so I'll bring that in with a Stabilo all pencil and some mark making. And I'm making just some X's, and y'all, this gets to be, the crux of this page, because I end up wanting to put these X's all over this page. And I will add them until the very last bit of this video. I'm sorry about that. So what really does a great job with adding the black with the Stabilo is activating it with water. So you can see I've got a wet paintbrush, and I'm just going over those X's with my paintbrush, and that makes them super dark. And so that adds just that bit of dark. And as I look at this and look at my viewfinder, I'm kind of looking at, I want those to feel scattered and not like some kind of organized pattern. So that's what I'm going to keep looking at and seeing it in the viewfinder, and it's going to drive me crazy that it feels too organized. So now to make these flowers pop a little bit more, I'm using a Energel pen, which is a 0.3, so it's a super fine needle tip pen, just to draw some sketchy lines around the petals of my flowers to give them a tad more definition. All right, so I'm going to start trying to bring this together. And yeah, so I really like those. Again, like I said, on that upper left side of this, I pulled the papers out to kind of get a better look at how it looked in the journal. And oh, look at that. My gesso is getting very low. So it's getting, I'm storing it upside down right now to keep all what's in it at the top of it. Yep, and now I'm going to get gesso everywhere. I just wanted a little bit of white splatter again because there's white in that picture, and I felt like I needed a touch of white on this page. So yeah, this watered down gesso splatter does the job for me for the most part. It doesn't show up a whole lot in the end, but it just made me feel better about the whole thing. Now, once I get that dry, I'm going to, see, I was like, oh, I know I need some more marks. So I'm basically connecting them toward the center. Made some more of those X's. I'm going to activate them as well. And these are not the last of them. I think I add some more here in a little while. These are, like I said, it's what really kind of made this page go a little bit crazy. So again, I dried that and another X. Y'all, Yeah, do you see me, my hands getting frustrated? Uh-huh. All right, so I tried that one as well. And I think at some point I'm gonna finally glue these down. But that's what's great about this Clean Slate journal is I can do whatever I want and just play with things. I don't have to use certain materials like I do with some of my other challenges. This is just a have fun, go at it, use those junk journals to their fullest. Now I dipped into my chip quotes or quote chips or whatever they're called from Tim Holtz and immediately saw this Go See Explore tag that I thought was perfect since she's standing there next to this car like she's about to go see and explore. I did ink up the edges of that a little bit because it was too stark white. That is just some Distress ink and walnut stain. And so that was inked to make that not pop as much because I want her to be kind of the focal. And I used Fabri-Tac on the back of her to glue her down. And then I think I'll probably use the same thing on, yep, on that chip quote. Now with those chip quotes, if they're too thick for you, you can peel the backs off. But I know that this junk journal has plenty of room to spread out, so I'm letting it stay as thick as it is. And you can see I'm using a weight to kind of weigh everything down while it dries, and Fabri-Tac on just about everything to glue it down. I've already had a couple other adhesives in here, so let's add one more. So I get all those glued down, and I think I'm gonna add some more Stabilo to this to make that sentiment pop a little bit. And there will probably be a couple more X's to this as well because I can't help it. I'm getting that brush really wet because what I want to do here with that Go See Explore sentiment is to get some of that Stabilo to run. So I'm holding my journal up and down so that gravity will take control and hopefully, yeah, adding lots of water, trying to get that to run and pounding it. Just, yeah. So that is pretty much what I want. So I'm going to add a little more Stabilo there just to darken up underneath where it all ran from. And am I going to add some more X's here? I'm going to dry it first and then, yes, darken that up again. And I'll add a few more X's to that. And then I think this page is done. I really enjoyed this. I encourage you to go check out Nina's page and see what she has going on. She's probably getting ready to do her next one for April. I'm sorry that I'm running so far behind getting this up, but I hope you have enjoyed this. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to ask. I really appreciate you coming by, taking the time to watch this. Make sure to give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, and I will see y'all again very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.